Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 4th of February 2024. It's been long time we have generated demand and supply zone chain for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So in this video, let us generate the demand and supply zone chains for Nifty and Bank Nifty for all the time frames as per the top-down analysis, so that you will understand where exactly the support and resistance levels are there within the Nifty and Bank Nifty based on the high liquidity zones you can identify in that report. Because most of the times the high liquidity zones are not easy to break. When they are not easy to break, they will act as either support or resistance, so that you will understand the market movement during next week. This is what I explained clearly in the first Nifty Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain video. If anybody did not go through that video, once you go through that video before you look into this, I have already placed that video in a separate playlist, Nifty and Bank Nifty. So in our YouTube channel, look at the playlist, Nifty Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. And also, if this is your first visit to our channel, please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. I have provided the playlist link for all the training lessons in this YouTube video description. You just go through the playlist and find all the training videos in an order. And also, I have provided the link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. You can also visit our channel. There are all the old links related to different training related sessions, analysis related sessions are available. So you can go through the important videos that might suit your requirements. Now let us get into the generation of the reports. So this is not the base. We have to go to top-down analysis reports. Yeah. So first let us start with Nifty 50. So we are generating supply demand zone chain. And let us, because we are following top-down analysis, let's start from yearly time frame. At least you know where exactly the yearly zone is there. So two zones are generated. Currently, these two are only available as per our software. The most recent yearly zone is, this is the demand zone. That means it is an all-time high yearly demand zone. Nifty 50 is not having yearly supply zone. That means this is the all-time high zone. This is the leg in, two base candles and the leg out. And it is a fresh zone, not yet tested. So I will quickly go through from one time frame to another time frame. So you have to pause the video, study, and then you can proceed with the video. If I give more time, the length of the video will increase. So please follow this approach. So I'm going back. Now I am changing the time frame to half yearly. Let us generate. So we have found only one half yearly demand zone. This is the all-time high. And this is the one created. The leg out is on 7/20/23. The levels are at 19,201 and 16,828. The zone high and zone low. And the depth of the zone, risk indicates the depth of the zone is 14%. So let me go back. Now let me change the time frame to quarterly time frame. Four zones are available. The recent one is created on 3rd October 2023. The levels are between 20,022 till 18,837, and it is having a depth 7.35%, and it is also a fresh zone. So now let me change the time frame from quarterly to monthly. Let me generate. And the most recently available is a pierced monthly demand zone. This zone was pierced. And below that, one more demand zone. But this is at 15,000 level. 15,000 to 13,000. At 12,000, there is a high liquidity zone is available. Do really Nifty get into this level? We don't know. Maybe there could be some fall in the coming days. At the time, maybe a new demand zone again it will be created. Who knows? So let me go back. Let me change the time frame to weekly. From here, you can find the most recent zones. So the reason, and this is also all-time high zone, not having any supply zones, because currently Nifty is at all-time high. Last Friday, it reached the all-time high. And this zone is at 19,875 to 19,670 level, this weekly zone. Why prices are not getting into this zone? What could be the reason? If you want to know the reason, you can find the reasons only in the lower time frames. Maybe in the lower time frames, there could be some high liquidity zones which are not letting the prices go down. Such kind of things we can observe with this approach. So now let me go to the next time frame, that is daily. I'm changing the time frame to daily. Let us look into this daily supply demand zone chain. See, Nifty is having one supply zone, but it is a pierced, already pierced. On last Friday, it pierced. Last Friday, Nifty 50 touched the all-time high and then immediately came back to this zone. That way, this zone is pierced. If the order flow is very strong, probably Monday or Tuesday in the coming days, the prices may close even beyond this zone. That means at the time the zone will completely violate. Already it is a violated zone. The reason why we are keeping pierced zone is we have a different purpose, which I explained earlier. And below that we have a high liquidity zone is there. The immediate demand zone. And because this is a high liquidity zone, lot of liquidity is there. That's why it is responsible to break this zone. So it is already tested four times. That is the reason why this zone is not letting the prices go below this zone. It's already tested 4 times. When it is created on 27/12/2023, the leg out. So on that day the zone is created. Previously it had 2 base candles and leg in on 21st December 2023. So almost 1 month back this zone is created at 21,477 level. That is zone high. And zone low is 21,232. So that means recently, every time prices entered into this zone is holded the prices. That's why the prices did not get into the weekly zone area. So this is one advantage we identify with the help of this supply demand zone chain. We know the actual levels where Nifty gets the support or gets the resistance. Okay, now let us change the time frame to maybe sometimes even the lower time frames also might be having high liquidity zones. which might be again further stopping to go down, or maybe further stops to go up. But anyway, it's not possible to stop to go up because already Nifty touched all-time high recently during the last trading session. So let me go back and change the time frame to 125 minutes. Let me generate the chain. See, 125 minutes also there was a supply zone which is pierced. Probably it would have happened on last Friday. Because last Friday when it reached all-time high, definitely it should violate all the zones, either violate or pierce. So this is the all-time high demand zone now at 125 minutes level. The levels are 21,832 to 21,642. So let me go back and change the time frame. I'm changing the time frame to 75 minutes. So let us see the chain for 75 minutes time frame level. So 75 minutes level, there are no supply zones at all. That means 75 minutes supply zones might have been completely violated during last trading session when Nifty reached the all-time high. So it has a demand zone. Currently, this is the all-time high demand zone. But time being, it is a normal demand zone only. Below that, there is a high liquidity. This is a low priority high liquidity zone. Already having one rejection and 4 times closed inside the zone. So let's change the time frame. Let's go to the next time frame. From 75 minutes, we are going to 25 minutes and changing the and generating the chain. At 20 minutes level, a high liquidity zone is there. This is 25 minutes level. Please remember the lifetime for lower time frames are very small. Maybe they may support 1 test or 2 tests. If the price structure inside this zone is good, you should not forget that point. Because we know when a zone will be violated. I already explained those conditions. So this is a 22,126 level. 22,126 to 22,055. Now let's go back. I'm changing the time frame to 15 minutes. Let me generate the chain. And 15 minutes, already one supply zone is there, recently created. Probably this would have been created on Friday. Yes. On Friday, this new supply zone, 15 minute supply zone is created. But how strong it is, how long it is going to violate, going to withstand, we don't know. The reason is below, there are high liquidity zones are there, 2 high liquidity zones. And moreover, see here, S underscore DZ, how strongly holding the prices. It's already gave it 6 tests, 9 rejections. The level is 21,674 to 21,639. And also the strength leg out with gap. Even the one above is also a leg out with gap. This is a newly created zone on last Friday. But remember, C underscore DZ is having very less power on very lower time frames. Lower time frames means the time frames like 15 minutes, 25 minutes, or 5 minutes. Generally, we call them as lower time frame zones. The general English word. I'm not talking about the LTF, HTF or ITF. See, this is giving us an idea where exactly the strong order flow is there. That means wherever strong order flow is there, that acts as a support. That is the point we have to understand. The high liquidity demand zones, they act as support. Okay, now let us go further down to 5 minutes time frame. The last one. Changing the time frame to 5 minutes. 1 minute is there, but currently I'm not supporting 1 minute for our supply demand zone price action due to heavy processing time. It takes hours time for processing 1 minute data. That's why I limited to 5 minutes for time being. 1 minute you have to do it manually. So again here, one peer supply zone and one more supply zone and four supply zones are there. There is a 5 minute high liquidity supply zone is there. Maybe if at all you get any resistance, probably you may see from these levels. Probably mostly that happens in the intraday for next trading session. Please remember, these high liquidity zones are very weak on lower time frames. Their lifespan is also very small. Probably within few hours, probably these zones will be violated. But within that time, probably it may give you one or two tests. And after that, slowly the order flow is consumed and the zone will be violated. If the structure of the zone is, anyway, this is a 5 minute zone. Because the zone structure is good, that's why it is listed here. Because base candles are only two. And a leg out with follow through is also there. And the demand zone is there here at a 21,848 level, but this is a normal demand zone. When we have 5 minute support, already tested 6 times and 13 rejections. This is again 21,618 level. That means it is within that 15 minutes area we have seen previously. Again below that one more high liquidity. Even below that one more high liquidity. We have continuously 3 high liquidity zones are there. That means in this area definitely there is a strong order flow. What are the levels? From 21,685 till 21,650, the zone low. $643, probably it is LOTL zones. $21,685 to 21,643 level. There is a strong order flow is there. So Nifty can't go down unless all these 3 levels are violated. But see the order flow, how strong it is. 6 test, 8 test, 4 test. Probably all these zones could have been LOTL zones. So keep an eye on this area when you are planning your intraday trades with the help of this Nifty 50, in Nifty 50. So this is about supply demand zone for Nifty 50. So we identified some strong order flow area by doing this top-down analysis. So that means we are from top, that is from yearly time frame, we came down 5 minutes level. At different levels where strong order flow is there, we identified. That is the way this chain will be helpful to us. Now let us go to the next one, Nifty Bank. So this is Bank Nifty, but at equity data. So now for Bank Nifty, let us start with again yearly. We will see any yearly zones are there. One yearly zone is there. When it created, 2017 leg out is there at 20,000 level. Okay, it might be very difficult to get into this level. Next, let us move on to half yearly time frame. Is having two demand zones. The most recent one is created on 2023, 37, that is July 2023. That is at 44,787 level. 44,787 to 38,613. So let's go back and change the time frame to quarterly. Let us generate the chain. So 46,000 to 42 level. This is having zone confluence with 6 months zone. Because 6 months zone at 44,000 level, but here zone low is 42,000. That means both the zones are overlapped. It is zone confluence. Two different time frames. That means a quarterly zone and a 6 month zones are having zone confluence. So this is the most recent demand zone and created on October 2023. So let's go back and change the time frame to monthly. Let us generate the chain. So 1/8/2023 and 1/12. So in December, a monthly zone was created on Nifty 50. Currently, this zone is not tested, but already prices were closed inside the zone soon after it entered into that. I mean, soon after the zone is created. But it is having a high liquidity zone at 32,000 to 28 level. Already tested 2 times in this area and 4 rejections also it gave. Anyway, it might be not easy to get into this area unless something happens to the market. See the trend also, strong bullishness. Now let us change the time frame to weekly. And recently a supply zone is created, that is on 15th January. Still it is an active supply zone. Already had one test also in the supply zone. And now Nifty is having a high liquidity demand zone. Already one test is there. So that means 44,420 to 43,320 area. The demand zone is there. And at 48,636 to 47,010 supply zone is there. So probably currently Nifty prices are, Bank Nifty prices are moving between this area. But we should not forget this is a high liquidity demand zone, daily demand zone. And moreover, it is bullish because all the trends are very strong. Maybe in this report I can also add, apart from trend, price direction also I can add here. Maybe I can update in the coming days. Okay, now let's go back. Let us change to daily. So what we have seen is weekly. Sorry, not a daily. So this is a weekly zone, high liquidity zone, not daily. I'm sorry. Sorry for my mistake. Now let us change it to daily time frame. And then Bank Nifty is having one, two, three, four supply zones are there, but one is pierced. That means three active supply zones. The immediately available demand zone is already having one rejection. See, the rejection also indicates the test of the zone, but my algorithm is something different from what generally we are experiencing here. Test and rejections are differentiated in a different way. Let us don't get into software algorithm details. If rejections are there, you assume the zone is already tested. So the levels are 45,678 to 45,070 is the zone area. And immediately next we have a pierced zone. On the top of that you have the actual zone. But high liquidity zone is there at 48,305. This is the one. Probably this could be the resistance for Bank Nifty and this could be the support for Bank Nifty. What is the support level? 42,000 level. Probably prices may move between these two areas. Now let us change the time frame. Let's go back. From daily we are moving to 125 minutes. Let me generate 125 minute zones. Your 125, one high liquidity zone is there, but it is a weak one on lower time frames. This is the immediately available demand zone. Check out with high exposure. But it is already tested. The one below one is a fresh zone. This one is tested once. Just to go through these. So let me go back and change the time frame to 75 minutes. We may get some clarity here. We have supply zones are there. This is recently created supply zone. But here there is a high liquidity supply zone is there. See how it is holding the prices. The Bank Nifty. 4 times it is tested. 9 rejections from this zone. The 75-minute zone. You have to keep an eye on this area. So that means the real resistance is there at 48,450 to 48,134. Zone high and zone low. Supply zone low is the entry or your profit booking area. And the depth is only 0.65%. But this is holding the prices. See how it holded. It's not letting the prices go up. So the real resistance is there in Bank Nifty at this level. After that, some supply zones are created. Even there is a recently created supply zone on last Friday. Now, what is the immediately available demand zone? This is the one at 46,000. But it is already tested once and also had 2 rejections from this zone. This is created on 1st February 2024. But the high liquidity zone is also, demand zone is also having, Bank Nifty is having. But those levels are 44,397 to 44,248. Within this area, we have the demand zone, and which is already tested once. And 4 times price closed inside the zone, even then it is not letting the prices go down. Generally, when a price is closed inside the zone, what does it indicates? Next trading day, there is a higher chances with a gap down, the zone will be violated. But this zone didn't allow the prices to go down with gap downs. Probably price would have been started from this demand zone, or maybe with gap up prices would have been started from this demand zone. So it never let the gap down happen in this zone. The reason could be this high liquidity zone is very strong. It is having a very strong support. That is one important. This is what one learning you have to, we should make from close inside the zone. CIZ means close inside the zone. That means the candle is closed inside the zone. But only because this is not a daily zone. Sorry, this is not a daily zone. This is a 75-minute zone. Only the last candle is closed inside the zone, then the next day gap down has come. If it is a daily zone, we have the clarity. Sorry, this is 75 minutes. This candle might have been closed during the day. During the middle of the day. Next candle again, from there the prices might have pushed up. So we never know whether these candles are last candles during the day. These are all 75 minutes. But one thing, so from here prices, it let the prices moved up. Or maybe continuously 4 candles closed inside the zone and then prices went up. Anything would have been happened. Because CIZ is useful in daily time frames and above. CIZ won't be having clarity below the daily time frames. But these are the levels. This is the support level at 44,397 to 44,248. That area is the support area, and the resistance area is, this is the one, 48,452 to 48,134. That area is the resistance area for Bank Nifty as per 75 minutes time frame, because here time frame is 75 minutes. Now let us change the time frame to 25 minutes. So here it is having 5 supply zones. Immediately it has a support zones are there. Continuously 3 zones at 25 minutes level. Same 45,982 to 43,000. There is a strong order flow at 25 minutes level. And moreover, recently, this 25-minute zone is holding the prices. It's not letting the prices from 45,982 to 45,668. This is the one continuously testing and not letting the prices. And above that, we have high liquidity zone at 48,000 level. See, here also it didn't let the prices go up. 48,344 to 48,229. If this level would have been broken, probably Bank Nifty would have been easily reached all-time high. But this high liquidity supply zone, 25 minutes high liquidity supply zone, not letting. See, already 3 tests and 5 rejections. So maybe we can say currently Nifty is moving between these 2 levels. But we will see in 15 and 5 minutes also. That even brings more clarity for the recent levels. So now let's change the time frame to 15 minutes. Let us generate the chain. So here we have 15 minutes, 15 minutes, not 7, 15 minutes supply zones are there. The seventh one is the demand zone, but see here, this demand zone is acting very strong. The immediately available demand zone for at 15 minutes level holding the prices. 2 times it holded, 7 rejections came, 4 times the candles closed inside the zone, but 15 minutes candles, not end of the day candles. So we don't give much importance to daily, below daily candles, below daily time frame candles. But what is the level here? 46,062 to 45,668. It seems like this zone is having confluence with 25 minutes time frame zone. Currently, this is holding as a strong support. And then what is the resistance? C underscore SZ is a high liquidity zone, but this is a very low priority at below lower time frames. That is below weekly zones. Our real resistance zones are these two. Here strong order flow is there in this area. See, this one is not letting the prices go up. So these two areas, strong order flow is there. Let us see what are all these two are doing. At 48,344 level and 48,049. 48,344 to 48,049 in these two areas, strong order flow is there. Probably it could be LOTL zones. May not be because there is a 100 points difference is there. 147, 247, maybe less than 100 points. Maybe it could be LOTL zones, these two zones. But anyway, continuously they have strong order flow within these two zones. So that is the reason why we should be focus on this area. As per 15 minutes time frame point of view, these two are the levels. The first one is the demand zone is at 46,000, 46,062 to 45,060. This information is useful for your Monday's trading point of view. At least these levels will helpful to you. But some extent this may hold the prices C underscore SZ. Some extent, but the duration could be small. Maybe an hour it might hold the prices. After that it will break. That may you may get an opportunity. See, this is a high liquidity zone, no doubt. But these high liquidity zones are having low priority in the lower time frames. It doesn't mean they will be violated. Maybe some small time they will resist. They give resist to your prices to move further up. So that's why you should be careful. They will act as speed breakers. Maybe they may hurt in, suppose if you take a long trade, it might hurt in achieving your target. So that's why you should be very careful. So this is the 15-minute zone and the last one is 5 minutes. Let us change the time frame to 5 minutes. Let me generate the chain. So this is the 5 minutes demand and supply zones. How many supply zones are there actively? 11 5-minute supply zones are there. Probably all these are all created recently. No. And immediately the first available demand zone, the 12th one, that itself is a high liquidity zone, but it is a fresh zone. What is the level? 45,536 to 45,360. Again, the next high liquidity zone is at 15. That is 44,595 to 44,526. Almost 1,000 points are there between these two zones. What is the next available high liquidity supply zone? 8th one, R underscore SZ. Already tested once, 2 rejections. The 8th one, that is 47,212, 47,666. This will act as a resistance for some time. That means your prices, Bank Nifty might move for some time during this week, coming week. It might move between 45,536 to 47,212. Sorry, 47,666. Zone high is the entry for demand zone. Zone low is the entry for supply zone. So that's why between 47,066 till 46,000, sorry, 45,536. This is the area price movement we can expect. So this is the way these high liquidity zones will help us in identifying the immediately available support and resistance, and long-term point of view or medium-term point of view, the available support and resistance levels. Because high liquidity zones, mostly they have the capacity to hold the prices. But remember, the high liquidity zones in 5 minutes and 15 minutes time frame, their lifetime is very small. Maybe within the same intraday, or maybe for 1 or 2 days only, you can expect a price movement between those zones. After that, one of these zones will be violated easily. And that way you will find a new ranges. Because once one of these zones is violated, your ranges will be changed. But between that, that period, again, a new zones will be created. New high liquidity demand zones or new high liquidity supply zones will be created. That's why time to time we need to watch. So this is about Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. So those who are actively trading in Nifty and Bank Nifty, you can refer this video. It will be useful to you. So hope this information will be helpful to you. Let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.